Hi, everybody. Welcome back to another Sarah Rial Resource Review. My name is Danielle. I'm the Community Connections Coordinator at Sarah Rial. And today I'm really excited because we are joined by Tessa, the Executive Director of 1JustCity. Hello, Tessa.
Thanks. Hi, thanks so much for having me.
Of course. How are you?
Really good, really good. Yeah, definitely excited by everything that our donors and volunteers have allowed us to continue to do during COVID. Looking forward to working with other great community organizations to continue to meet the need in our city.
Totally. That's so great. And it was great to see all of the stuff you guys were doing for the community. Now, one of my main questions is because it seems like there is a lot to 1JustCity. So maybe if you could give us a brief summary of who and what is 1JustCity.
Totally. So 1JustCity was founded actually by the United Church of Canada in response to them noticing that their own ability to fund core outreach sites was declining. And so 1JustCity is a secular nonprofit that tries to maintain these soup kitchens that started in that tradition. So there's Oak Table, which is in Osborne Village. There's St. Matthew's Maryland Community Ministry, which is in the West End. And there's West Broadway Community Ministry, which is in West Broadway, no surprise. And then North End Stella Community Ministry no longer has a location in the North End because when they did consultation with that community a couple years back, they heard what we really need is access to Indigenous culture programming outside of the North End. And so now we have Indigenous culture programmers at our other three locations, making that possible for folks to reconnect to culture and attend, powwow or sharing circles or beading, and really trying to make sure that we're doing our part to work towards reconciliation.
Oh, amazing. So there's a really good kind of map coverage of sort of the core area in the city. That's great.
So, and then another big piece of what 1JustCity does is Just a Warm Sleep. And so Just a Warm Sleep is Winnipeg's only no barrier overnight space in the winter. And we have run that for 4 years. And it actually started from a tweet from Aboriginal Youth Opportunities who asked us to figure out how to let our relatives into churches. And of course, all three of our sites operate inside church buildings. And so we were like, oh, all right, we're listening. And then we figured out how to make that happen.
That's awesome. That was actually one of my questions. So when you say barrier free, what does that mean?
So that means people can come in so long as they can be respectful, be safe, and be kind to each other, to the space, and to our team of volunteers and staff and security. And so that means that they can come in no matter what substances they've been using, so long as they don't use in the space. It means they can come in with their shopping cart. It means they can come in with their pet. And it means also that people can sleep adjacent to their spouse. So there's no need for kind of that separation, especially for people that are new to experiencing homelessness. It's really difficult sometimes to then also not be near your partner.
Amazing. And it's amazing that you allow them to bring all of their belongings in with them. That is incredible. And their pets.
Yeah, we've had some resident puppies for
Absolutely.
sure. Yeah.
That's great. So you mentioned, okay, I hopefully get it right. So St. Matthew's, Maryland, West Broadway Community Organization, and
West Broadway Community Ministry. West Broadway Community Organization was a great partner of ours, but they're a different organization.
West Broadway Community Ministry, and Oak Table. So are they each providing different sort of key services at each location, or are they all kind of doing the same thing?
It's very similar across sites with some different focuses. So if you wanted the best foot care, you would go to Oak Table. If you wanted to see a chiropractor, do laundry, or have a shower, you would go to West Broadway. If you wanted to participate in art programming, you could go to any of them. If you wanted to participate in knitting, beading, or sharing circles, you could go to any of them. So it really, and then of course we all have a lunch offering. And we, as a nonprofit that's got minimal staff, need an admin day. So West Broadway is closed Tuesday, St. Matthew's is closed Wednesday, and Oak Table is closed Friday. But on any day of the weekdays, two of our sites are open to serve folks.
Great. And they're all, relatively within kind of walking distance of each other as well.
Depending on your ability, for sure. Yeah.
Excellent. So let's say someone, they're just not sure where to go. Are you guys able to help them sort of connect to resources or have like advocacy that they can connect to?
Yeah, so, and at different places that looks slightly different. So at West Broadway, we have mentors on staff whose job it is to help people maybe navigate filling out EIA forms, maybe find housing, or connect and referral people to other services. At St. Matthew's, Maryland, we have someone who's a community capacity builder. So her role is to actually support folks in that way. And then at Oak Table, we have people that are called compassionate listeners. And so they also help resource folks. So we do a lot of referral, and anybody who's kind of like looking to connect with us, they can we keep an updated thing on our website and on our Facebook about kind of what's the services right now, because of course with COVID it has changed and is continuing to change, although all of our sites are maintaining that lunch programming, among other things. And so it's really important to us, that people feel welcome no matter which site they walk into, and that we then work with them to figure out what they need and how to get it to them.
Excellent. So who is 1JustCity for?
It's for everybody. So in terms of the people that we serve, we were chatting with them so 1JustCity was founded in 2015. And some of our early conversations with guests at the 3 locations, when we were kind of like, what is it that they have in common, was that people said they come for love. Like they come because this is their family, they come because this is their connection. We have a gentleman who comes for hugs. They come, maybe not during COVID, that's not happening, but
I was gonna say,
typically,
that would be tough right now.
yeah, not right now, break on hugs. But typically people are coming because it's that place that builds them up and wants to celebrate or mourn or know about their day, and love them into the fullness of who they can be. And so we often say that we love people who would otherwise be underloved, and love can look like socks. It can look like a place to sleep. It definitely often looks like a warm meal. And so trying to make sure that people have that access.
Amazing. So what about volunteers? Is there an opportunity for folks to volunteer with 1JustCity? I like the big, oh yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of our volunteers are people we have a big diversity, but a core group of them are people that are continuing to socially distance because they're, say, 70 plus. We even have some 90 plus volunteers. Yeah, she's amazing. There's like a handful of them, but one in particular that I'm thinking of. And so we actually run on the equivalent of 5 full-time staff in volunteer hours at each location.
Wow.
So yeah, so volunteers are like not only crucial, they're like literally how we keep our doors open. So we've seen a lot of interns and students and university students really help us by continuing to volunteer or starting to volunteer with us throughout the pandemic. But there's definitely volunteer roles, and people can check out volunteer at 1justcity.ca. They can send an email to us there, or just go to our website, and it's right on the top page there if they want to get into some volunteering. And that has a lot of variety. So there's volunteering that's from home, there's volunteering that's on site, there's volunteering producing food in the kitchen when nobody's there, and of course we have 3 locations. So somewhere is going to be convenient for you, we hope.
That's amazing. Wow, you guys are like a plethora of incredible resources for folks, and so great that you guys are available to kind of anyone and everyone. That's so wonderful. So thank you.
Yeah, it's really important to us to have no barriers to also access our services. So, we do work with folks if they need to maybe learn more about being inclusive. But, our 4 pillars are that we love people where they're at. So really focused on harm reduction, that we work towards reconciliation. So again, focused on that Indigenous culture programming, that we build individuals' capacity and recognize that that's how you build a community's capacity too. And so that could be referrals, that can be, we do in-house trainings, etc. But also that at each location, we're looking to build an inclusive community where everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. That's so great. I love this. Thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and chat over Zoom with us. We'll make sure that we put all of the contact information in the description below so people know how to get a hold of everybody. Before I let you go, we always like to know what people's favorite office or home office knickknack is.
So I have this, I don't know what it actually was. It might have been a Pringles container, but I use it to like keep all of my pens and pencils, but it has no bottom, so you can't pick it up. And so it's kind of fun because when people pick it up, everything spills everywhere. But I like it because I think it's it's literally a Pringles container with some tape on it. But it just like shows like how do you make something work out of very little. And I feel like we do a lot of serving hundreds with not a lot to go around, and we make it work. And that's thanks to the donors that help us stretch those dollars.
That's a great reminder for yourself every day to see that. That's fantastic. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much, Tessa. We really appreciate you sitting down and taking the time to chat and getting to learn more about what One Just City is. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another resource review. We'll catch you later.